Songs of Kumasi boy. I was for the celebrity, I'm gonna have the young lady Kumasi boy. Was for the celebrity, I'm gonna have the young lady Kumasi boy. Was for the celebrity, I'm gonna have the young lady Kumasi boy.
Okay, we feel very honored as ladies in just to be coming here, performing here, representing women. Since most women can speak out for themselves, we're here to speak for them through music. We feel very honored to be here.
Yeah, you see, my life is hard. Because I'm actually an artist. I'm only driving this taxi as a part-time job. One day, South African women.
Thank you for joining us. God bless.
Yesana. Kawambena. Setsana. Bolesalena. Inanawe. Good day. So tandana. Goze. Now something out. Sit cool.
You've seen Jabu Kanyile, Vusi Mahlasela, Thandiswa Mazwai and Simpiwe Dana. Now it's time for you, the viewer, to decide who you want to see on Afro Cafe. SMS us on 34433. The keyword is cafe, followed by your suggestion. Or drop us an email, afrocafe@sabc.co.za. The first 5 viewers to respond win themselves a CD hamper.
Please note the following schedule change. This Saturday on SABC2.
Redeem the Big Tasty on the McDonald's app and stand a chance to win Galaxy Boy merch. Big Tasty. Big on sauce, big on rewards. Rewards exclusive to the McDonald's app.
Sanibonani dumelang molweni riferile Africa Zonga ngegama nguvusiwe intokazi yakwaNgcobo. Now tonight is the night that we've all been waiting for. Tonight we say Wafa Wafa, the champions are, and it is between Orlando Pirates as well as Stellenbosch FC. Of course, Buccaneer in the Mnyama looking to create MTN 8 dominance. They are a team looking to extend their reign at the top. But first, they have to come up against the Stellenbosch FC side that is all about revenge tonight. They want to flip the script on, of course, the heartbreak they suffered in last season's final against the Buccaneers. So the question is, who will take the crown and walk away with that MTN 8 title? It is history versus hunger. Welcome to the MTN 8 final.
SABC Sports proudly brings you a game between heavy hitters. Here they are, squaring off.
Kamugano Kasibili Chipochai Happy Wamukatwa
Jabbar with a little touch. Now the shot from distance takes a deflection and the ball is in the net. There is the goal that they wanted. It's a cracking strike from MTN.
Once again, it's Paris marching on to another MTN 8 final.
It's a repeat of last year's final score.
History beats hunger tonight at the Mbombela Stadium out in Mpumalanga. Orlando Pirates, the masters of cup football, defend their MTN 8 crown against the Stellenbosch FC side that is driven by revenge. It is more than silverware that is on the line here this evening. It is a fight for pride, redemption, and the right to be called the MTN 8 champions. And of course, as SABC Sport will be unpacking for you nicely what the expectations are. Joining me to help us look forward to this MTN 8 final is a man that did it all too well on the field of play. But to 16 uyavala, Dr. Kumalo. Dogi, it's a big game tonight. Yeah. Because you look at the fact that it's a repeat of last season's final. It's also two teams that have already come against each other in the league this season, with the Buccaneers securing a 1-0 victory through Ukamahelo Sibilibili finding the back of the net. So when you look at this one, it's history for Orlando Pirates. They won 4 back-to-back.
Yes.
They won 14 MTN 8 trophies in total. But for Stevie Barker and his Stellenbosch FC side, they want to show that they too can contend for silverware and lift their first MTN 8 trophy.
Yeah, ngokubingelela V and ababukeli bethu abahle SABC. Look V, you know, ama cup finals ne. Akusinto esingathi bokunje izolo kuzoba nje. It's something le esizothi kuyo as abadlali abakhethiwe namhlanje ukuthi ba represent both teams. Ubani ophethe isindo kakhulu. Now so khuluma ke ngePirates ifuna 4 in a row. Futhi phezukwa lokho umqeqeshi omusha lo angajabula naye ukuthi athole na inkomishi neOrlando Pirates. Now asibukisise kahle iPirates. Kunomfana usibilibili ofikayo owenze ke leqembu leOrlando Pirates ukuthi lifike iminyelele kuma finals. Kanti ke singakhohlwa labafana beStellenbosch bancane basha kukhona ama changes akhona. uSteve Barker nangu ithathele ikhaling. Le kancane last year bokushota kancane 3-1, okay, fair enough, but bokushota nje ukuthi ayithathe. Now again it's a repeat. Now who's got a better hand between Stellenbosch and the Pirates? Pirates had players in active national team. Angazi ukuthi mhlawumbe umqeqeshi iqembu lakhe ubani ostartayo ubani ongastart, but Stellenbosch they had ample time to prepare, while Pirates were missing key players bagu national Bafana. But ke umehluko, Stellenbosch not competitive game. Pirates players at Bafana, they were competitive. So uyabona ukuthi manje soke mind game, tactical awareness versus fitness in terms of badlalile laba bePirates, but angazi ukuthi iline up yePirates injani and ne Stellenbosch, kodwa sizakhuluma ngayo mase sibona.
And perhaps, Dogi, at that moment, we can just speak to who is under the most pressure coming into this final. Because you look at a lot of people saying, well, Orlando Pirates have done it 3 seasons back to back.
Yeah.
Under coach Jose Ribeiro. And now we've got an Abdel Salam Ouadu, who has the opportunity in his first season at the Buccaneers to lift the MTN trophy, joining a Ribeiro that did it. And you have a Stellenbosch FC side, not so much pressure on them in terms of looking to defend the title. Psychologically, where does that play us into?
You look at Orlando Pirates, and ukumbule, uke waluza 2 games in a row. Hayi kwakwakubi la ngaphandle. Bebafuna ikhanda lakhe balifuna la ngamatusi bathi high and low bamfuna la bathi hey ndoda la ekhaya thina sijwayele indebe sijwayele ama points. Wathi mani kancane madoda ngisalungisa i-team yami. Now you look at here's the coach new at Orlando Pirates. He's in the final. Okokuqala, let's congratulate him to reach the finals under that pressure. Now it will be a coach's dream to win a trophy. And then now he might be under pressure. But as Steve Parker, Steve Parker, uyafika kuma finals. Noma bangaphumelelanga. Ayikho pressure efana njengale Orlando Pirates ngoba ukhumbule uPirates kufana nokuthi phela abadlala Stellenbosch. Uyazi ama supporter njani? Khona labo bechize bathi abashayiwe lapho. Khona bePirates bathi abasha. But on the true essence of the match, the coach of Pirates has to deliver, and he has to fill in those hot seat. Lega Ribeiro, ngoba uthathe 3 in a row. Manje makayithatha manje is 4. History making.
Indeed, it is history making.
Yabona. So manje ke ngiyacabanga ukuthi umqeqeshi man ngoba ngeke ngambona la phakathi kweviki afake lokho kubamba lana isandla ukuthi iparticipation yakhe ube nayo yini i-chance ukuthi ayenze umsebenzi wakhe e-training noma beka letha umandla nama-assistant wonke ukuthi bamncedise ukuprepare team. So yizo ezinye izinto lezi singazibheka nje, you know, but at the end of the day ube khona umqeqeshi nasiqedise sibalungisela lo mdlalo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 18th edition of the MTN 8 Wafa Wafa, and tonight we will witness a final between Orlando Pirates looking to make it 4 in a row, coming up against Stellenbosch FC, looking for their first ever MTN 8 trophy. This is not the first time they come up against each other in the MTN 8. They did it in the final last season, and the season before that they met in the semi-finals. And we do know that these two sides are able to find the back of the net against each other in regulation time. So hopefully we will not be seeing a game going into extra time and potentially then a penalty shootout. But for every strike in regulation time during the 2025 MTN 8, Prowess goals for charity. 21 goals have already been scored so far, which means that's 420,000 rand that has been raised to change lives. Goals for charity isn't just about scoring. It's an impactful way that football fuels community development. Now, MTN is turning football into real change for communities.
Stadium.
What person?
Come to the stadium. Smoni Sukore. And you could win up to 20,000 rand at every match.
Double the flavor, double the monadi with the On the Double from Debonair's Pizza. Get 2 large pizzas for only $179.90 and save. Debonair's Pizza. Try something amazing.
Ubongani was a loyal clientele policyholder for many years. His funeral plan ensured his daughter, Nombuso, would be taken care of after his passing. He put her future in the hands of clientele, and we are here for her, and we'll be there for you. Her father was always her biggest hero. Through every new challenge Nombuso faced, every step, he was there for her. Her father, Bongani, gave her the education and confidence she needed to get into university. Wow, how they celebrated when she was accepted. Her dad made her feel so special. And when the day finally came, Even though it was hard to say goodbye, Bongani was so proud. Cover you and your loved ones today. SMS Dignity to 47518. SMS now. On her wedding day, her dad looked so dignified, so happy for her. And in later years, even when he fell ill, he always carried himself with dignity. Nombuso had the peace of mind knowing that Clientele's funeral plan would give her dad the dignified funeral he deserved. Her dad would always be her hero. Nombuso was so proud to be his daughter, and she'll always be thankful.
Ensuring lasting dignity for you and your loved ones with a Clientele funeral plan is your final gift of love.
I had 2 claims with Clientele. The payout was hassle-free and within 24 hours.
We wanted a dignified funeral for my cousin, and Clientele made that possible.
With Clientele, we were able to give Mom the funeral she wanted. When I claimed, Clientele showed compassion and put me at ease.
SMS Dignity to 47518, and we'll call you back. SMS now.
Okay.
Be in the game with Hollywood Bets.
And there you see it, the Mbombela Stadium. It is a sold-out affair this evening. 43,500 lovers of the beautiful game of football expected at the Mbombela Stadium as Orlando Pirates look to defend their title against the Stellenbosch FC side that is going all out for revenge here tonight. When you look at these two teams across all competitions, this is the 18th time that they come up head-to-head against each other. The Buccaneers with 7 victories in their favor, while for Stellenbosch just 5 victories against Orlando Pirates and 5 of those encounters ending in a draw. We are now joined as well by Hlompho Kekana. He is the other third of the team this evening, bringing you this MTN 8 final. Hlompho, just your quick thoughts in terms of the road to the final that you've witnessed in terms of Orlando Pirates. Coach Abdeslam Owadu joining the team. A lot of people saying and then Orlando Pirates securing their victory against the Polokwane City, coming up against Mamelodi Sundowns, 1-1 in the first leg, 1-1 in the second leg, and then going into eventually a penalty shootout. What do you make of that journey they've had to this final?
I think to answer your question, Pirates are looking at a competition in how they approach these matches that they played. You can tell a match first against Polokwane that they knew that they're playing a competition. This competition is a competition of goals. They just scored goals. The performance of individuals weren't up to the level that they normally go to. But of course, it's still early in the season, as some they call it a preseason tournament. But this is a match where I believe they really showed that they're going to go all the way to the final, considering the fact that the new players that came into this play, Apollos, they managed to give the performance that they really needed.
And also the first game, if you think about it, of Coach Abdeslam Owadu, but it's also just that impact you speak about of the new players. You have an Osman Apollos finding that opening goal. But here you have a tried and tested Orlando Pirates player in a Tito Maswanganyi being able to step up and take this penalty. Tito's not there for Pirates today. He's not on the bench. He's not in the starting 11. Let's speak to how we see that impacting the game today.
Yeah, let's wish him a speedy recovery, because also in the national team, his presence is needed. I think, you know, a Tito is a factor in terms of changing the complexion of the game, dictating the pace of the game. Also, Ugwenzaba, the 12th player, to be behind them. Yes, of course, there and there, sometimes he might be not a player that's going forward with his passes. He goes sideways, backwards. But there is a reason behind it. Sometimes we sell a mover just for these guys, for them, Ugutiba draw out. But he's been criticized a lot for that. But maungahlala kahle umbukela uTito. He's a smart player. He can make our opponents to lose focus in terms of a very solid defense, you know.
And we look at the second leg that we then come into of the MTN 8. In the first leg, Mamelodi Sundowns opening the scoring through a Tebogo Mokoena goal very early on into the first half, the 36th minute. And you have that man, Okamogelo Sibilibili, who has made such a change for the Orlando Pirates side.
Yeah.
Let's speak to that impact of Okamogelo Sibilibili, what he is able to do on that right-hand side, whether he's in that right back or right wing position.
What I like about Kamogelo is the fact that he's flexible in his approach in this match. You rightly saw that sometimes he plays as a right back, sometimes as a right winger, of which a lot of us will expect him to be a right winger because that's where I believe he poses a threat to any last line of any defense. So you'd want him to be there. But kudos to the coach because he changes without having the doubt of if I put Tito, I don't put Rele, what's going to happen? He just have a structure that these players manage to express themselves within that. The two center pairing in Siema and Bogazi, we all say they are young, but as they grow in matches, you can tell that this is the combination that will go a long way because the younger ones have got energy, they recover quicker into injuries. So you'll want the Orlando Pirates team to play as it is.
Indeed.
So, no, I just wanted to say, Klompo, you know, Kisheba, the way Mbogazi played that ball.
What a ball.
You see that ball dissected 4 defenders of Orlando Pirates. But then it was, Sundowns.
Yeah.
But then it was complemented by a good technique. The controlling of the ball to the path.
Yeah.
More INT. Now today, it's not the same defense that will never I'm catching his speed. So we have a speedy Stellenbosch team today.
Yeah.
And we speak about that speedy. We look at how Orlando Pirates conceded this goal in the second leg against a Mamelodi Sundowns side. Just speaking to what do they need to be wary of in this Orlando Pirates defense if you look at how Ekrem Reynolds found the back of the net here?
I think it's the speed of Titus on the right. The cleverness of De Jong, sometimes he plays in the pocket, sometimes he wants to play behind. The younger ones need to be patient in that regard because when you play against somebody who's experienced as De Jong, who experiences Titus, you must deny them space behind. If you saw the goal against Reynolds, it's typically the space where they allow Reynolds to, Arthur Sellers to receive in front of them and they forget the space behind. But I'm sure they've played so many matches together, now they understand each other. I'm sure they will deny Stellenbosch teams space behind because that's where the game is about for Stellenbosch.
And of course, we saw Kamogelo Sibilibili coming through once again for the Buccaneers in this encounter here against Mamelodi Sundowns in that second leg, taking it all the way to the penalty shootouts. And this now brings us to the last line of defense for both teams tonight. But let's start with Sipho Chain. This man solid here in this penalty shootout, clarity of mind.
Awuzima lo mfana.
Yeah.
And ungakhohlwa ukuthi abanye balapha ku national team now.
Yeah.
So bayakhohlwa ukuthi hey siyahlukana after this. So you need to be extra careful because even in the national team they practice penalties. Which goalkeepers they use? The very same Sipho Chain because it can't be Ronwin alone who's stopping the ball. So he knows which player goes where. And also the analysts, we have because it's a cup game. So we need to do a holistic analysis of our opponents. What if we are forced to go to penalty shootout? Okay, they have Mkwena. Let's look at Mkwena. Out of 5 penalties, he's going to the left. So you tell the keeper. So it's exactly...
And it would be the same thing for tonight in case we end up going into extra time in a penalty shootout scenario. It will be a very interesting one. And when we return after the break, we'll take a look at Stellenbosch FC and what their journey to this final has looked like. We know they fought hard against AmaZulu in that quarter-final clash. But hey, if you're watching the big game, it's great. But amazing is feasting while backing the boys. Grab some Debonairs pizza and try something amazing.
Stadium.
What perso?
Sibonisa ugqoke, and you could win up to 20,000 rand at every match.
Be in the game.
Whatever the day throws your way, breathe through it, Mzansi, with Halls.
Get the Shesha 5G deals on SA's best network. With MTN's powerful 5G network, you get a smoother, faster streaming experience with no buffering and crystal clear video quality, even when the whole family's online at the same time. The Shesha 600 gig deal is just $399 month to month and gives you super fast internet access. Plus, you'll get a free-to-use 5G router. So visit an MTN store near you now. Today, we make moves. MTN.
Stadium.
What person?
Come to the stadium, Sibonisa ugqoke, and you could win up to 20,000 rand at every match.
There we see Murder Bongs, part of the pre-match entertainment out at the Mbombela Stadium, of course, as we build up to kick-off, which will be at 6 p.m. It is a sold-out affair, 43,500. Lovers of the beautiful game, as we wait in anticipation to see who will lift the trophy and who will walk away with the pride and the glory of Wafa Wafa.
It was belted and scorching, but it's cooled down significantly, as I told you. And nobody can complain about this pitch in absolute impeccable condition. There's been a lot of complaints, either from Awadu or Barker or Miguel Cardoso, whichever coach you can think of in the Betway Premiership, about pitches around the country in South Africa. But this Nelspruit Mbombela Stadium pitch is in a league of its own. Talking about that, we expect these two teams to also deliver top quality that's in the league of its own. With regards to outside, we'll give you an update closer to kickoff. And if it's delayed, we'll bring the match commissioner in to explain why that is, but we don't expect that to be the case. The municipality has promised us that we'll kick off in time. They will take care of the issues and traffic outside. But for now, though, with that said, I'll take it back to you, Mr.
Thank you so much to Mazola Mulifa. We will be catching up with him just in a bit, as he will be bringing us those coaches pre-match interviews with Coach Abdeslam Uwadu as well as Stevie Barker. We look at Shampo, the Stellenbosch FC side, and what their journey has looked like coming into this final. And you look at that quarter-final clash that they started with, 3-2 victory against AmaZulu. At some point, we thought we were going into extra time. And then you had an AmaZulu development player in Langelihle Pili coming in and actually scoring the match winner for a Stellenbosch side.
It was a very good performance by Stellenbosch that day when I look at the whole match. The individuals that came in to play Palace in the midfield to replace Nduli, I thought they were going to be thin in that position. But he came on and he made sure that he stabilized the midfield. And I thought at some point they lost the grip of the match. But like you said, the youngster, I call him Doku, he came and won the match for them. But it tells you about the coaching in that team. Whoever plays comes into play. Of course, this is the moment that you'd wanna always deal with it properly, because you can't allow the first ball to bounce and react to the second ball. This is a cup final. You don't have that time to recover from mistakes.
Indeed, and I mean, you look at the fact that Stellenbosch conceded the first goal, but you have a Sanele Barnes, evergreen or Sanele Barnes. Of course, a man that joined this Stellenbosch side from Richards Bay FC, and this is a player that you can rely on to make those crucial runs, to be able to find those goals for you when you need them.
Definitely, but then Paris needs to be wary of its transition.
Yeah.
Because Stellenbosch are very good in that. That goal that was scored by Barnes, it comes from Titus, from a transitional phase.
Yeah.
So there again, we're looking at Barnes, that ball situation. And this is not the only one, Kompo.
No.
Yeah, what is Shaya Mfano?
Yeah.
Well, no, Okinto ya high. Mara now, you know, how Sheba what we are looking at.
Yeah.
This is the only thing that I would like to believe Coach will look at it, because silly mistakes at the back, they cost them the games. So I don't know whether it's a matter of focus or lapse of concentration, but whatever this game, they nearly lost it. But we need to give them credit, because they fought up until they got a winning goal. They equalized here, and they came back and it's very important for Stellenbosch to remember, when they walk on that field, they shouldn't listen to that. Their coach's voice. They are going to be playing against a hostile crowd.
Yeah.
That is going to be like in favor of Pirates, obviously, because of the numbers. But those boys, they need to show character in terms of they can deal with the opponents on the field and what is happening around the stadium.
Even they're going to motivate them, sort of. You just have to play. You just have to play the last season match in Bombay, I mean, in Mabida. You say, remember how you lost.
Yes.
Then go.
So we need to play them that 3-1 loss against the Buccaneers in last season's final, and more recently out in the league, losing by a goal to 0. But when we speak about the players that have that character, so we sit here in the first leg against this Kukuna United, a very dominant performance from Stellenbosch FC, 2-0 victory with the likes of Godswill and Devon Titus finding those goals for Stellenbosch.
This team knows how to play a competition, and if you look at this competition, last season they were the runners-up, and that's this past. But I finish even better. So this is a moment where you marvel to watch it, because this you can tell they are coming from a training ground. And the move from Sibangut, this pass, it's a difficult pass to execute. But you can tell that they know where they will find each other.
Exactly.
Even this, the cleverness of Titus to say, I will delay my run, I don't want to be offside. To control inside, to make sure that he is facing the goalkeeper and the defender. That was marvel to watch. And I enjoyed that goal simply because it was a counter-attack match, ball where normally defenders know how to deal with it, but they couldn't deal with that one.
Yo. And they are passing on Kule. Why we
conference number, velocity and calculations. And quickly, Doggy, before we go into our ad break, the second leg, a Stellenbosch FC side had pretty much done the job in that first leg with that 2-0 victory. Coming into the second leg, it was enough for them to have that 1-1 draw against this Kukuna United side.
They must deny them this last space. You know, they mustn't allow Bilibili to get into this space, because he enters a lot into that space. He doesn't like to play a lot in the crowd. He likes to play behind. So they must make sure that they don't allow that ball to go behind, because that's where Sibili is dangerous.
Again, this is where now I'm trying to pick your brain.
Yeah.
Because I'm asking, Mdaka, is he a outright defender?
Yeah.
You understand? Because now he has to deal with this speed fat Taska Sbilibili.
Yeah.
And also a clever Makupa. Because if you look at Sbilibili Makupa and maybe really that side, the social factor within the three is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You look at Makupa. When they play the ball there, he drifts away. He takes away the defenders. And then all of a sudden, he comes to the near post and finish.
And we will go deeper into that as we continue with the build-up here to Namhlanje. I can tell you that Orlando Pirates have made 2 changes to their team that secured a 3-0 victory against Chippa United in their last outing out in the Betway Premiership. Whilst for Stellenbosch FC, they have 3 changes to the team that lost by a goal to 0 against Mamelodi Sundowns. We'll take a deeper look in terms of those changes and what they're likely to mean in terms of how the 2 teams come out on the field today. But at the same time, we're also introducing Betway's Rising Riches jackpot. One lucky winner is guaranteed to win the accumulated jackpot every month. The Rising Riches dropped at any slot at any time from 25,000 Rand up to 2 million Rand. Every spin increases the payout. Pick any slot, any game and get spinning. Will it be your lucky spin that wins? Get way more with Betway.
Oh, I've got 2 big tasty.
The Big Tasty is back. Still big on sauce, and now big on rewards. Redeem the Big Tasty on the McDonald's app and stand a chance to win Galaxy Boy merch. Earn points with every order and you could channel Bali with your bestie. Big Tasty. Big on sauce, big on rewards. Rewards exclusive to the McDonald's app. T's and C's apply.
Ongani was a loyal clientele policyholder for many years. His funeral plan ensured his daughter, Nombuso, would be taken care of after his passing. He put her future in the hands of clientele, and we are here for her, and we'll be there for you. Her father was always her biggest hero. Through every new challenge, Nombuso her dad looked so dignified, so happy for her. And in later years, even when he fell ill, he always carried himself with dignity. Nombuso had the peace of mind, knowing that clientele's funeral plan would give her dad the dignified funeral he deserved. Her dad would always be her hero. Nombuso was so proud to be his daughter, and she'll always be thankful.
Ensuring lasting dignity for you and your loved ones with a clientele funeral plan is your final gift of love.
I had 2 claims. With clientele, the payout was hassle-free and within 24 hours.
We wanted a dignified funeral for my cousin, and clientele made that possible.
With clientele, we were able to give Mom the funeral she wanted. When I claimed, clientele showed compassion and put me at ease.
SMS Dignity to 47518 and we'll call you back. SMS now.
Betway, we don't just reward you.
Need to panda? Panda more with any of our panda burgers and chips from only $29.90. Steers, flame grilled, it just tastes better.
Oh, I've got 2 big tasty.
The Big Tasty is back. Still big on sauce, and now big on rewards. Redeem the Big Tasty on the McDonald's app and stand a chance to win Galaxy Boy merch. Earn points with every order, and you could jet off to Bali with your bestie. Big Tasty, big on sauce, big on rewards. Rewards exclusive to the McDonald's app. T's and C's apply.
Welcome back. We are building up to the MTN 8 final, where it is a battle not just for history, not just for redemption when you look at the Stellenbosch FC side, but it's for pride and to be called the MTN 8 champions for the 2020. 25-26 season. We look at Iqambule Orlando Pirates, and perhaps we look at how they've been.
The two centre back to follow where they shouldn't have followed. The Nduli, who wasn't supposed to be in front of the goalkeeper. You can tell that they were reacting to the situation in terms instead of controlling the situation. But that, I'm sure they've worked on it at training doggy to know that if the striker goes deeper, where is not dangerous, they can follow as the two centre back. But I think those are the moments that you can easily tell that it was a fresh centre back. Pairing all together.
But also, you don't play a team like Sundowns. And they force you to depend on top of the box.
Yeah.
Because this is where they want to hit you. So when you push them, they play the ball backwards because they're trying to suck you out.
Yeah.
So it was a dead ball situation, but I thought
Orlando Pirates side, Hlompo and Dogi, that is able to also come back, because you look at how early Mamelodi Sundowns scored in that second leg. Kamogelo Sibilibili then finds the equalizer in the almost at the end of the game, crucial stage of the game, one would say. And it's that ability, I think, we've seen of this Orlando Pirates side, never say die attitude, and it's not over until that final whistle blows.
You see, the credit I give it to, or maybe the technical team, to make those changes. Doug, if you remember, Mabasa didn't start the match, but he came in to play and making sure that Mamelodi Sundowns defense facing their own goal. The ability to change from right back in this match to go and now be as number 10, that tells you that there's flexibility in terms of how they want to do things. But of course, today's match, it's going to be coming into play, like you said, a grudge match of that matter, because Stellenbosch, they feel they were not fairly treated last match. I'm sure they will come here in this match, make making sure that they will want to tick every box, making sure that where there's a foul, there should be a player delaying the restart of the match. Those are the tactics that you must come into play, and the referee should play like a footballer in that field. You must also be active and know and understand the situation and where the ball should be played, and where the ball shouldn't be played. Because if the referee is not in the game, then we're running a risk of having those red cards that will be flying, because some teams will be feeling that they are unfairly.
Whereas the fullbacks, the central defenders are open.
Yeah.
Because anything that is played in the middle, it tells you, let's come together and close. Only Bogas.
Yeah.
So you understand that combinational play in terms of build-up, they need to be careful of that.
But let's look at those defensive frailties that we've witnessed from the Stellenbosch FC side, because they could have gone through the semi-final without conceding a single goal against Kukune. But here we see Umkhize in the 66th minute being able to find the back of the net.
Doki is right. If you look at this pass, of course, it dissected the three midfielders. But you can tell that there are certain pressing traps.
Yes.
For them, they were supposed to win that first ball to make sure that the midfielder plays backward. But they couldn't deal with the first one. Now it opened up. They cannot one, because now their position that will be, especially when you're pressing higher up. But in some matches, they win the
Pirates team.
He's a captain. He's learning, he's growing into that role, and I like the bravery of the boy. You know, to lead such a big team like Orlando Pirates, you need a level of a character, and you can tell that he's a character. And I foresee him, leading this team to greatness, because you can tell that he's coachable, he's understanding the game. More importantly, I love the fact that you can tell that they trust him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, Stevie Barker and his team as well arriving out at the Mbombela Stadium. You see Thabo Moloi-Sane there, who just returned from national duty with Bafana Bafana, Devon Titus. Let's touch on Devon Titus and what he brings to this side for Coach Stevie Barker.
Yogi, Devon Titus is a typical number 7, a winger that will always want to play behind the last line of defense. He doesn't play a lot with the ball inside the crowd where people will be tackling him. He knows how to play one, and he goes behind. And in this team today, when I look at the way they set up, you can tell that they want to use the speed of Titus, Mujela, as well as Mbans, because that is where the threat will come to. And Palace in the midfield, I don't think he will want to use the ball a lot. And you can tell that they look relaxed, and this is the sign of saying they know what they are up to.
Indeed. We touched slightly in terms of the players that we are looking to have an impact in the game today. We've touched on Mbegazeli Mbogazi and what he brings to this team. Akamogelo Sibilibili and what he's been able to do for Orlando Pirates in this team, being able to find the goals in those crucial moments where they need someone to come forward. Let's speak to Agamo Sibilibili and what we see him bringing into this final here tonight.
Looking at the right-hand side of Orlando Pirates, it has always been a very, very crucial side Pirates have been dominating since the inception of Orlando Pirates on the right-hand side. They have Sibilibili, they have Ulo Tabiso on the right-hand side. Both are wing players, but they've been converted to right back. So Pirates is going to be very, very key on the right-hand side, and I think Sibilibili will enjoy playing alongside Utabiso.
And in terms of this Stellenbosch FC side, you look at the youngster in Langelihle Pili, who's able to change things up for them. On his day, a Devon Titus we've touched on, and Andre de Jong.
De Jong, what a smart player, Doggy will tell you. A player that doesn't play one position in one match. He's a very talented player and a smart player. He knows how to manipulate the last line, which is the centre-back in that regard, to say, come mark me. If you don't mark me, I'll receive behind the midfielders. So he likes to operate in the pocket. And for me, I think they need to deal with him properly because he's got an eye to pass to the strikers and he can score.
All right, let's now hear from the two men of the moment. It is Coach Abdeslam Owadiowe, Orlando Pirates, back in the dugout for his team here this evening. Let's hear what Umgagashi has to say ahead of kickoff in this MTN 8 final.
Coach Wadu, sorry, obviously the boys are getting ready for an important fixture for Orlando Pirates, important fixture for you in your tenure. Just to take us through your preparations throughout the week leading into this one.
Yes, indeed, it's a very important event for the players, for the fans, for the club. We really want to go through this fourth cup and to win it. It will not be easy because we are playing a very good opponent with a lot of stability, professional club. They know exactly what they are doing. They have a vision. But during those days, even our national team players were away. We were in touch with them. We were able to give them some input and to still work closely together, even they were not there. But yeah, we prepared that game very with a lot of ambitions.
Just how difficult is it to face the same side in such a short span of time? And over the years, even before your time, Stellies were always giving Orlando Pirates a tough time.
Yes, of course. From years and years, this team giving us a hard time. But I think my players are competitors. It's a very important day today. They reached the final. So like I said, a final, you don't play it, you have to win it. And it will not be easy because we know the quality of that team. It's a team that defends well, very good in transitions. They are waiting for the mistake of the opponent. They are very good in the set pieces. So I think the first 20 minutes will be very important.
A man looking to make history here tonight to lift the MTN 8 in his first trophy. We've only seen that from Jose Ribeiro. Let's speak to the starting 11 for Orlando Pirates. Two changes, Masanganyi and Apollos making way for Mbule and Mufokeng.
Yeah, it was going to be heavy on Apollos, to be honest, because he played two Bafana Bafana matches. They need to manage him. But the positive one is to see Makopa starting the match because he can be a very difficult player to deal with, especially with the amount of attack they're going to have, because now they have Mbule at 10. You need Makopa to make sure that he operates and make sure that he creates spaces for Sibilibili or Mofuke.
All right, so that will be interesting to watch and unpack. Let's now hear from Coach Stevie Barker.
Coach Stevie, I wanted to ask about the lineup, but you know, if you've played so many games into the season, it's almost predictable what the two sides are going to put out. But what is it going to come down to in terms of the details of this cup final?
Yeah, I do think you're correct that it's going to be about details. You know, cup finals are often on the team that handles the details better than the opposition. So, you know, we've prepared really well. I think we had a lot more to learn from our previous encounter with Pirates recently. We've learned a lot of lessons from that and we've prepared accordingly. And it's about just handling situations in the match from the first whistle to the last. We know they're a good team. We know that there will be periods that we're going to have to really suffer for each other. But at the same time, we have to show courage. We have to show bravery on the ball, and we have to also ask them questions. So we have to, if we want to win the game, we can't just think we can sit back. And it's about the details in terms of dealing with them defensively, and it's also about detail where we can hurt them.
All right, looking at the small details here tonight, Coach Stevie Barker, we see Ibrahim Jabbar, Eli Golwan, as well as a Kiba making way for Palace, Barnes and Mujela. Doc?
I think it's going to be an interesting game because looking at this lineup, you can tell the coach is coming with the speed factor.
Yeah.
He's just going for the transition and I'm a break attacks.
All right, prediction quick.
No.
All right, they don't want to give me predictions here in the studio, but let's take you through now to the Mbombela Stadium for the first 45 minutes of the 18th edition of the MTN 8 Wafa Wafa final.
Premier Soccer League proudly presents the best versus the best. The MTN 8 Wafa Wafa. Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, Stellenbosch Football Club, Sikukune United, TS Galaxy FC, Amazulu FC, Bulukwane City FC, and Richards Bay FC. Wafa Wafa, the winner takes it all. The MTN 8.
History will be made at the Mbombela Stadium tonight as Orlando Pirates aim for a record 4th top 8 title in a row and 14th overall up against Stellenbosch with intentions of winning their maiden top 8 cup in the 2025 MTN 8 final, which, by the way, is a repeat of last year's final. A very good evening wherever you may be enjoying the games from. We at XABC Sport once again proudly bringing you, well, a cup final nice and early in the campaign here, and as the dignitaries, of course, are led by the youngster who's grabbed South African football by the scruff of the neck, and not just locally but and internationally as well. That, of course, is Mbogazi in the friendliest moment before what should be a rather entertaining 90 minutes of football gets underway. Well, Pirates, the side that's won the last 3 top 8 finals, or MTN 8 finals I should say. They were the winners of the very first 2 ever top 8 finals back in the 70s, and right now they are looking to, if they win today, come within 1 of the tally that Chiefs have at 15, and if they are to get 14, they'll be just 1 within Chiefs. So over the last few years, they've done a stunning job with Pirates of closing the gap in that regard. In your picture, a Stellenbosch side, of course, that over the years has improved. They were in the final last year, but when you look back to the 22-23 season, they were quarter-finalists. In the 23-24, they were semi-finalists. Finalists last year, finalists once again this year, and might I add, they may have a little issue of revenge here in the way of getting the better of Orlando Pirates this time around. Now, as you'd expect, the fans out of the Mbombela Stadium have come out. They're passionate and they're hoping for an entertaining 90 minutes of football. If last year's final was anything to go by, this should be rather entertaining. You remember the exciting way in which Majela put Stellies into the lead, the comeback from Orlando Pirates, the drama right at the end. In the way this cup was won last season means these two sides, who already met this season, mind you, certainly will know how to entertain today.
South Africa.
Now the Mobela Stadium very much coming to life in the moments leading up to kickoff, and well, plenty expecting goals, drama, and hoping some it may be concluded in 90 minutes. Keep in mind, should it be needed, it could go all the way through to a penalty shootout. So it's Mbogazi and Siema, the preferred duo in the heart of defense. Libiso is the man who comes in for his first showing in the MTN 8 this season. Watch out for Mbule in the creative department, of course, whilst Ndudi comes up against his former side. Yes, the big news, will start ahead of a Palace in this match, whilst Sibilibili, the man who's hit the ground running in joining Orlando Pirates and starting off his career with the Buccaneers, is amongst the starters, and Makopa has scored in the league, hoping to score in the MTN 8. Well, it's a full house, as one would expect. The fans that have made the trip down to a beautiful part of the country, of course, out at the Mobela Stadium. And the big news here is, well, these are two sides that will enjoy this following the international break, both looking to have the great start to the season by being crowned champions. OJ sits alongside me.
Re gorogile mo letsatsi le tlhabang gone, re gorogile mo Mbombela makgaolakgang a sejana sa wafa MTN 8 jaaka o bona lenane la setlhopha sa the Stellies. Motshepiwa wa bone ebile le mokapteine Sage Stevens a simolola kwa dikoteng. Henry Steinhick a simolola mo motshamekong lekgetlho la ntlha a le mo makgaolakganyeng a sejana. 100 Yong tsholofelo e le mo go bone mo setlhopheng se sa the Stellies. Olibella ka kwa botlhaba jwa lephala kgona go bona thologelo e tsitsibanya mmele mme mona yo monanyo ke mona o belegetseng ka kwa Maseru.
I've got two big tasty.
The Big Tasty is back. Still big on sauce, and now big on rewards. Redeem the Big Tasty on the McDonald's app and stand a chance to win Galaxy Point merch. Earn points with every order and you could jet off to Bali with your bestie. Big Tasty. Big on sauce, big on rewards. Rewards exclusive to the McDonald's app. T's and C's apply.
Re gorogile jaaka re go tlhaloseditse motho ya tshomana setlhopha sa Poyentsho Mahlabe Orlando Pirates ba ipaakanyetsa jalo go tlhabana ntwa metsotso e le 19 go se neng jalo 120. Orlando Pirates ba rata go bona ba penya sejana se lekgetlho la bone ka tatelano. Seo ga se tsamaye se diragale mo historing ya bone Orlando Pirates, mme ba rata go ka bona ba dira seo. The Stellies ba latlhegetswe mo setlheng se se fetileng, ma ba rata go ka baakanya seo se se diragetseng mo setlheng se fetileng. Jaaka o bona the master chef jaaka itsege le ka wana le ga jana motho a ka reng o mo dipelong tsa barati le balatedi ba kgwele ya dinao. Itse ba Orlando Pirates fela, mme barati le balatedi ba kgwele ya dinao mo Aforika Borwa. The Stellies jaaka o bona Lethono lo Mojela motshameko wa bona wa setlhopha sa Keswick Stars ga mmogo le the Rockets. Metsotso e le 19 e tlile go ka simologa, go tlile go nna le tsisibalo, go tlile go nna jalo le go itaphetelela ga pelo ga dipelo tsa ba ba leng fa mo letsatsing la gompieno. Mme tla re tle re bone yo go mo mona molongwanao sebaka sa metsotso e le 19 yo monanyo Reggie Eugene Mdluli ke ene o tla ba tsamaisa motshameko wa letsatsi la gompieno. Ke boela ko go Sizwe a tswelele pele ka karolo ya ntlha motshameko.
It is Orlando Pirates that gets this game underway. Bully with the first touch to the men all in black, attacking the goal to the left of your picture, while Stellies in the all-white will attack the goal to the right. So, Mufugeng and Hato getting busy already here on this near side, eliminating one is Mufugeng, looking for the run from Bully going into the box. Stellies doing just about enough to deal with the danger. Of course, interesting when you look at the Stelli's back four, Stanic and Mulisani, of course, the preferred pairing in the heart of their defense. Mulisani was a question mark after the Lesotho game where he picked up an injury for the national team. Fit and able to start here in this final quite crucially. Daga out wide on that left-hand side of defense. Stanic back to Say Stevens, a winner. In as far as the MTN 8 with Cape Town City under Benny McCarthy some years back, hoping to do it this time with Stellenbosch, a side he's already won one cup competition with, of course, including reaching the final. But cut the rap one is the Carling knockout final they have reached here in the MTN 8. He was part of the group that did so last season was Say Stevens. Here's the Belgian, Stanic. Titus looking for Mochela's movement. Important was that played defensively then by Siema. To Titus and company, not quite done on that far side. Daga. Well, Svelabele will give you a lot going forward. He'll also give you a lot defending, as he is very comfortable whether on the front or back foot. As the man who can play as the left or right winger, can also play as a right back or wing back, if you will. Early foul here to go the way of Orlando Pirates. Of course, the young amongst the players that will be closely watched here. He certainly would have come into a few conversations from a Pirates point of view coming into this game as they look to prepare as one of the danger men. Hotto, in this fixture, he has scored the most amount of goals against Stellenbosch. 4 goals he scored, Dion Hotto, in his career against Stellenbosch. Evidence Mahop. Well, he couldn't quite find Mufaki. Then there is man at the young, back in a good area. Pirates wasting little to no time, and not only winning it back, but looking to turn the tide. Yes, Philip. Siema. Bibiso out wide on that right side. If you are just joining us, is the man that gets the start as he goes over the overlap. Man who was formerly with Tikkies and Chippa last game. Outside of the 80 minutes he's played so far in the PSL against Chippa. His last game before that was against Al-Ahly back in January, where he played 56 minutes. The battle one, when it's the young again that comes out tops. Titus on the move up ahead of him. The pass didn't quite complement the movement of Machela. Of course, Machela will look to have a similar impact last season, where he arrived after Stellenbosch, scoring goals not only in the league, not only in the MTN 8, but also on the continent. So unfortunate with the long-term injury. We'll be hoping it's not too long until he starts to find his scoring touch this season. Dule keeping it moving. Bata. Both of those were active, of course, for Bafana Bafana against Nigeria out in Bloemfontein. Still worth noting, Talenta Bata yet to find the back of the net in a cup competition as yet in his career. Driving forward, he is a man that is a threat from range, of course, likes to rifle them in from outside of the box. Fouled on this occasion. Palace. Barker going with the preferred termination in the heart of he's the midfield of Palace and Tiani. All over the top here, good movement from him for game, closely watched. Still fires away here and goes wide on the mark as talented, but I beg your pardon, hoping for the corner at the end of it all. First real scare in this final. And the first real shot in anger coming from Orlando Pirates. Now closing down right from the front and forcing the error from Taga in the left back position. football upbringing with the likes of Wits and Kaiser Chiefs for Omega Mtaga, still 22 years of age. Over the last season or so, has worked his way into being a regular in that left back position, especially after the departure of Basadek. Now, Mufugeng, nicely done! And setting up the space for a yard. Then once again, it's wide of the mark here, but it's taking a touch off the defender. Lovely work defensively then, and conceding the corner. The two early scares go the way of Orlando Pirates here, and Coswell and Yanaya, I believe it was, with a touch, the all-important touch here to see this go wide. Oh, lovely touches from Mufugeng. That's so well to create the space for the yard then, with some silky smooth touches and pressure on the Stellenbosch defense early. Well, the start, what it has done for Orlando Pirates is bring the fans to life out in the stand. So, here is Hotto with something from the training grounds. Actually, into that near post, it's superbly defended. Now, Titus looking to kickstart the counter-attack. Couldn't find the quality of a curler in the ball in towards Andre de Jong, who they're looking to provide options going into the final third or towards it. Super Chain, 3 MTN 8 Cup titles under his belts. Over 100 appearances out there at Orlando Pirates for the man between the sticks. So both goalkeepers on either side of the field here bring a fair amount of experience. Mahob. Nicely done here with the movement off the ball. Going into the box then from Mufugeng, I do believe, in the end. Otto didn't quite find the quality final ball he was looking for. Here is a man who, of course, has enjoyed his first win over Stellenbosch as a coach most recently when Pirates beat Stellenbosch in the league with the 1-0 scoreline. To being Abdeslam Ouadou. Arrived under a bit of pressure with the way the season started at Pirates, but if he has to go on to win the MTN 8, it will turn into a great start to the season for him. Now, Machela, early with the ball in. Likes of Sunny Lepars not quite getting into positions that could hurt Orlando Pirates then. And in the attacking areas, or in that striking area, is the one area one would feel Stellenbosch would need one of their men to step up here and start to find their stride in finding the back of the net between the likes of Mochela and Cupido, who starts this evening's final on the bench. Do have men such as Nguk can also contribute in and around that final third. Pili as well on the bench to Stellenbosch. Uisan head up looking for the movement of Mochela up ahead. He is mobile and looking to cause problems. Here is Mochela, but the better of the defender just couldn't put meat on the ball then in finding the perfect strike against Sipochain. Well, he's a willing runner, is the former Galaxy man. And he'll give you movement all day long here. If you look for him, good ball here by Moleisani. Really, problems plenty from Bagazi, just trying to deal. Not only the quality of the ball came in, but the presence of Mochela. Bagazi, a man who's played every minute so far this season for Orlando Pirates. In the league, in the cup, also for the national team over the last 2 internationals. Mufugeng and Mbule. Nice turn from Sipho Mbule. Pato joining in the mix. Mahob. Again, Kando de Jong does a good job at dropping back and winning it back here for Stelly. He's looking to kickstart the counter 10 minutes in, and, well, no, the scoreline is Pirates having one or two exciting moments, OJ.
Khudebeka mo metsotseng le lesome ba simolla go ka bona jalo mogote o bana ba o solofetse ditlhophatse ka bobedi jaaka o bona Palace a romela jalo mo tseleng ya ga mojela o e baka kwa thoko a ba etsa ba tlhabela mo lebako sola 18 fela wa gana kwa morago. The hottest one, Dionoto, the master chef, Katake Sikenduli. Abakana Nanyabanyana Motraganya Kelewa Yotomiwa. Hala Samaga Sente, the master chef, Badiba Mustofo. Monawaka kwa Belgium. Monawa Henry Stenik. Adabone Chalo, the talented Timbata. Aba Samagala Chalo Mutsileng. Bye Chalo Mutsileng Yagali Biso. Walbella Tabisha Barwa Kika Fela Sirela Takwa Marahum Daga. Serlovaka Mustense Fitileng Lekawana Lela Tabiso Libiso. Hanalena Kwekalo, Momentamekong, Moment Valenias Topazala no Pirates. Kantaya Kubalo. Labo Fellow Panano San Nuente. Nele Katano de Topasa Kaiser Chiefs. Lekawana Le Lalibiso. Ilene Nuapino. Ilea Barretosa, Quamarajo, Sage Stevens. Mokapteni was Copa, Billy Motsepi, was Copense, the Stellis. One of Pirates, Faubu Calibala, La Bombela. The Catalan Tapaban Bapena Sijana, Mulebagan, Lene, Catalan, Copa, Salito Tatuva. Copa, Black Leopards. When Zamekoyan Bank, Bafena, Mameli Sandals, Happy Mosa, Sijana Seo. May Bafaka pay moments Hamekonia, Yadem 10-8. Abata bona busime khala khatlo la bona romole balele simolla kwa morago Stenik abata khilete la romela arbone Devin Titus fela ba mutima se alolo kwa pele ya go rotela ga jala ka Sipochain o tsamikile metsameko yotlhe ya sejana se mona yo wa Sipochain bile o tla go pola tiregatso ya gagwe ya manontlotlo mo kgamo thago ya di penalty khatlane Mamelodi Sundowns amdaga Weba Chalo Mutzilenga, Arbone Chalo Pans, Walvella Pans, Olivana Chalo Libito, Pans, Abacoba, Fela de Walla Mudia Tensaga Sipochain. Ebewella Chalo Mudia Tensaga Sipochain. Simola Quamoraco Mutzilenga Yaha Lebonesiama Tabaco Pola Bonation, Walbella Tionoto, Arbonation, Walika Barala, about Torotugela, about Bonamuga Pisa Stevens, Kikorela Carwa, Hoka, Biliki to one Kutwa. How much Pata, how much Pesabaka, Fali Honefale Talent Mata, Kahukisa Tokotata, Hausa Ikateha. Mona Mukatese Abdesala Mowadu Munayona Kovala Fabana Toko Matsamekong Walika Katano de Chupa United Kwa Kabeha Mokotinya Sijanaha Fela Bitumelo Kirona Babu Sebasiame Atankedi Babas Topazal on the Pirates Simula Chalo Kwamaraho Cotswill Kawana Gwana Nigeria Samegala Chala Motsrenagam Teteleli Buono I met a Silosino Sifela or Kimanyota 2-1 Sikagani. Kimanyota 2-1 Godswill, a Devin Titus, Godswill, Senagal Pocoso, Senaba de Cobra over Tekebo Sabelo. Lebone, Siema, Yomotaka, Remo Tokapala, Samekong, William Women Balena Topazala do Paris. Baweto Sale se Kutro Pilio. Rulaganya le Moragola Sipochain. White Thomas Sipochain, Totali Kawanala, Saddle Bands. Kila Feta kwa Mabelanga Topasa Matax. Walbella Kawanala Bands. aba romela go tenye khakala fela ko para le Devin Titus kwa ntle ga le bokoso ba etsa ka se atla motsreganya re ngare motshameko o phepotse le pele really batswa ka lebelo Orlando Pirates Poyentsho Matlabe a bona ba tla dira kwa pele fela ba gana ba latola ko morago Palace wetsa megala mo tseleng ya Godswill Pants o romela mo go Mojela yo lebelo o e ba mo go Pants yo botlhale fela ba mo tsela khileo the Master Chef ba e beile mo godimo Castor se le mo go borat se le mo go leshome se ga se le mo go 6 se mo go 10 a re bone le bone dira kgwela dinao bonolo Siphombule bona ka motse ba iketlile the Master Chef a tagamut a mo feletse o tsikinyegile boboko tshwanetse go ya o ikategile kwa go Siphombule Palace Brandon Tabo Molaisane Sage wa go tlhalwa go pateletsega go e bampatšhane go ntse fela jalo a ba pateletsega go e bampatšhane bone monna wa ka kwa Namibia ka go pola ikilana koloni ya Afrika Borwa lobaka Southwest Africa jaaka e itsege the Master Chef a ba tsenya kerek a ba dikologa fela ba motsenya ba tsenya loto mo kgwelenyeo ya go tswa jalo ka Dion ba romela mo tseleng ya Ramdaga a ba papathega ka go botlhaba jwa lebala romela kwa pele e kopana le Mojela ka tlhogo Dion Buns a letetse monna go goroga ba goroga Godswill a ba romela feta mo molomong wa dino go thata ke tshwarang go thibiwa ka fa thiba metsi ka letlhaku dirisa maphuka setlhopha sa the Stellis ba lemogile sengwe bontsi jwa nako fa ba tshwara kgwele ba ya kwa maphukeng a Devin o e tshamekela kwa morago kgweleo o batla Brandon a ba goga lerumo go feta kwa godimo ka dikota a ba lwa Siphochei na gogile Brandon Thabo Moloisane fela ka go tlhoka lesego kgweleo a be feta kwa godimo ka dikota tekete tsa motshameko o direkisitswe fela mo sebakeng sa diura di le 24 ke ge di fedile Kyo Devin re bone Siphochei yo tlhophilweng jaaka motshwaradino mothibadino yo ga isitse mo setlheng se se fetileng ba romela kgwele ba tla jalo Evidence Makgopa be tsotse ka kwa ntle kgweleo ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya the Stellis bodutunyana fitlhela ga jana le ka bona la kabelo tata kamogelo sebelebele Kibao the Ghost jaaka ba itsege ba emetse jalo yo tla thubang segagane kgotsa lee a ba sireletsa Godswill fela no tsabile sebaka sa metsotso e le 20 motho a itse go fitlhela ga jana di ntse di ngangane ntse le noto Poyentsho Matlabe Orlando Pirates ntse le noto setlhopha sa the Stellis.
Well, minus the goals, it's been an exciting, nice start to this final. As Pirates push forward here with Mbule. 2 men on him. Still, it's supposed to be an issue here. As Mufukeng goes out wide, the numbers getting in the box here. The defensive play top notch and conceding the corner in from Omega Mdaga. Well, he's really his very best here with Mufukeng involved and throwing a couple of defenders, including Daga, who then had to recover in pushing out wide, then to deal with the pass and Mahopa in space. Keep in mind, we've averaged 3 goals a game in a total in this year's MTN 8, so expecting goals here as Hotto looks for the far post and Stevens gets a touch. Muda to keep it alive. Back into the danger area then from Siama. Then he's able to clear, but then again, only as far as Asmilibili. Gogaze early with the ball towards Mahopa. Nicely done. Winning it back here and keeping it settled. And now a chance for Stellies on the counter. Titus. Good movement up ahead once again from Majela. Pirates organized defensively and able to thwart the danger. Isn't Julie, the 29-year-old, he himself has won a cup, never the top 8 or the MTN 8. With Galaxies, won the Netbank Cup. Now, Hotto does want to ride a challenge here. Hit up, Similibili looks for Moulet! What a challenge! Oh, he did well with his initial couple of touches, was looking to control the ball then and set it up for the shots. The challenge on the money and in the nick of time as well. Wanted it, didn't do it, and that's great defensive work. Tiani then had to get it right here and does a stunning job in conceding the corner. Great defensive play, but good football all round. Here's Mufukeng. It was the far post. Evans has done well. From range, it's really. Well, looking to arrive and make a statement. And Unaya, it was with the ball into midfield, then to Sunday Barnes. He's just out to Mbule. Move again. In the last game of last year, or last season maybe I should say, against Magesi. He hasn't scored this season in 499 minutes. It's been coming into this game without a goal for William Mufukeng. But of the back four, the Pirates only Hotto has enjoyed